Getting funded with FTMO can be the easiest thing you will ever do in your life if you just have the right guidance, which is mentorship. If you follow the right people, if you know what you're doing, if you're actually being consistent in the markets, The only thing that people trading FTMO and any funny thing have in common is that they are new. And that's a fact. I see a lot of these big names in this industry doing these funded challenge, which is just stupid. I've been trading for over 2 years now, and I have never touched a funding company. I have always traded my own funds, which is okay, right? But you can trade funding companies. I think it's an amazing thing to do right now, but people are not telling you the entire truth. You can be profitable with FTMO if you follow signals, or if you follow someone trading live with you every single day. There's tons of channels that go live on Twitch and on YouTube who trade profitable. Now, I'm not going to tell you who that is because that's an entire video by itself. I might make one and just, talk about them. But that, like I said, that's another video for itself. We're here to talk about me today and what I do to be profitable in the markets. And this might help you, this might not help you. But only time will tell. So I trade various types of strategies, but it's all combined into one. You can watch my Instagram. I will link it down below. That's my only Instagram. You can see every single trade that I've basically, well, not every single trade, like I just said, but most of my trades on my Instagram are mostly experimental trades, which I showed for myself. It's basically just a journal that I get for myself on Instagram. I will link it down below. But I trade mainly the 1 minute time frame, and I only trade US 30. That's the only thing that I trade. It's not a pair, it's an index. It's not Forex, it's not a commodity, it's an index. All right. I only trade this. Now you might see this little indicator right here and thinking, what is it? Well, this is the Williams percentage range with a length of 100. Now, I don't use this by itself. I mainly use price action, which you should do. Price action is key. Price action is king. So another thing about me trading is I only trade 2 hours a day, and that's during the London Open. And you might think, well, why do I trade an American pair, like US 30 during a low volume session? Well, that's exactly it. I don't want to be trading in a high volume session with US 30, because even though US 30 is more New York stock exchange open, it still moves in London, and it has big moves in London. Trust me. Like, look at this candle alone. This is the 1 minute time frame. This is like a 17-point candle. Let's just say pips. Let's just talk in pips. So this is the London Open candle, by the way, this 1 minute candle. In 17 pips. That's the London Open candle. Now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange Open candle, which is this big fella right here. This is almost double. This basically is double the range of the London Open candle. And if I just zoom out, you can see how much bigger the range gets during the high volume times. And this is not something that you want to be trading. Why? Because your stops are going to be bigger. And if your stops are bigger, because I trade a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, which means your take profits are going to have to be bigger, which leaves you prone to the market stopping you out. Because the market would rather give me 30 pips than 90 pips, if that makes sense. The market would rather give me, let's say, 20 pips than 60 pips. It just makes sense. So I trade during the London session. The candles are not too big, they are not too small. It still moves and it ranges very well. The ranges are good enough. So the specific criteria that I have for trading is simple. I don't try to overcomplicate it. I don't try to do this or do that, order blocks this, wipe off that, imbalance this, imbalance. No, that's too much to handle and very too soon for someone who is new in the financial markets. If you are new in the financial markets, you shouldn't be worrying about that. You should be being consistent and knowing what to do and when to do it and how to execute. That's the first thing that you have to do when you are new. And like I said, most new people they go to FTMO. Or maybe even, like I said, people who have been trading for 2 years unprofitable still wants to go to FTMO. Like I said, FTMO can be very easy if you have the right guidance. Now, I'm not here to tell you, oh yeah, I don't have a mentorship. I don't have any of that, stuff, but I do help people, I help my friends and I help family. And here's the thing, I don't even tell them about FTMO. I never even mentioned FTMO in my life. And they come to me with, hey, do you know FTMO? Do you know these funding companies, that funding company, this funding company? And I tell them, yeah. So they're like 2 months into Forex trading or into financial markets, indices, and they're already wanting to make millions. And they don't even know how to make $10. So even though they can follow exactly every single step that I do and they can make money, it's not going to guarantee them profits, because they have to learn emotion. They're going to have to at least know what it feels like to lose, and that's just facts. You're not going to come into this financial market thinking that you're just going to win all the time. Okay, but that's enough for the rant. Right now I just want to explain this trade. I'm going to do like more often breakdowns on trades that I have taken, and I will share them with you guys. And maybe next year I will just go live for free, no charge, and I'll just do live streams and I'll call out trades and we'll all have a good time. But key factors before we go on why I took these trades, my trading plan, just simplified, is I only take 1 to 3 risk to reward trades. I only trade during the London session, when London opens, and then 2 hours after that, of course. That's 2 hours. And I only take 1 trade a day. If it's a win. If it's a loss, I take a loss. And because this is so high profitable and high probability, chances of me losing 2 trades in a row is very slim. It can happen, but it's very slim. So if I win 1 trade, I'm done for the day. If I lose 1 trade, I'll wait and see if I can take another one. When, by the way, for the past 2 weeks, I have not lost a single trade. I've been on a winning streak, like I think it's like 11 trades now. Yeah, but it's good. I'm not taking it for granted. I think I'm just lucky because the markets are about to start a new quarter and a new cycle, which is starting next year. We're at the end of this cycle, which is amazing. And yeah, so first of all, let's get into why I took this trade. So like I said, I only trade during the London Open, and the London Open candle was right here. So when London opened, I wasn't actually very tempted to take a trade because we were in this downslope and there was no breakout. There was just a continuation of this downtrend until we had this huge bearish, like impulse, engulfing, whatever you want to call it, move. Like I said, I don't overcomplicate myself. This is just what I do. And now this is where a lot of people get faked out. They take this thinking that it's a fake out, but it's not. This is just going to collect more orders to the downside. Now, I don't trade time frames up. I just trade a 1 minute. I don't look at higher time frames, but I just trade a 1 minute. And usually when people trade this, even on the winnings percentage, you might have taken this thinking, hey, you know what, this is just gonna continue up. But me knowing how the market works and how market cycles go, this wasn't like a good enough candle for me to take a trade in. First of all, it's because this entire engulfing candle right here shows us what? It shows momentum. Even though there's a bullish candle, to be honest, when this candle happened, I was actually expecting it to be like bursting out of like this instantly, but it didn't. It had another candle and then it burst out. But still, the matter of the fact stays that people tend to take trades based off of greed and emotion. Now, you might have taken a trade and you might have lost. Boo-hoo, it's okay, just go on. But where do you stop? That's the point. So there's a lot that goes into why I take trades and why I don't take trades. But like I said, that will be taught in the future. But right now, the main purpose of this candle was that it was engulfed. This one candle basically, okay, this was like a 20 pip candle. This 20 pip candle basically engulfed this entire range that it previously struggled to break out of. So why do you want to take a buy in the clear selling momentum. You just wait. You wait till price stalls out. Now, a lot of people, my cousin actually wanted to take a trade on this little pin bar idea. He told me, oh, you know what? It's a pin bar. It has a double bottom. And I said, no, wait. We are not done yet. We're creating a support just to be broken down again. And what do you know? Exactly. It got broken down. And then someone asked me again, hey, why don't we take a trade here? You know, this is an engulfing candle, and it has, like, over here, it has a nice imbalance that it filled. But again, I said, the hell with that, don't take it, just wait till price stalls out. And this is when it happened, exactly on this candle. So the reason why I took this candle, first of all, we had this support right here that got broken down, and then this candle engulfed everything. Now, I usually count the wicks as well because wicks are important. So this candle was 25 pips. So this tells me that the momentum and change is shifting. And you can see on the Williams percentage that we did get a crossover. You know, we also had a lot of fake crosses over, but this one was valid because now the bullish candles are starting to play. We are from big candles, we are starting to get smaller, 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 and then boom, one big candle. So I took this trade knowing, no, not knowing, you never know where the market is going to go, but anticipating that we might go higher, because previously we had this market structure right here, a bunch of liquidity being built up. Oops, a bunch of liquidity being built up. So my first target was with these highs. And looking at the risk reward, that's a 2.2, which is good. So now I'm just gonna place it 2 to 3, which I get it on this nice impulsive move. And this day was amazing. You know, I took a trade, I closed the charts, I came back, and I was in profit. I think when I came back, I was like somewhere around here, like 1-7, but I still kept my trade open because I knew we were starting creating this bullish market structure and playing from this supply zone. So this is just like I said, a little basic rundown of why I take trades. I'm gonna do more of these. If this doesn't make sense right now, don't worry. You're not gonna learn this stuff in one day. I'm gonna be here for a long time. Next year, like I said, I'm gonna go live. You know, I'll post like Zoom links or whatever. Like I'll figure it out. Maybe on YouTube, maybe on Twitch. I don't know. But I will go live and I will call out trades just like these. Yeah. So this was today. You know what, let me show you yesterday as well. So yes, so yesterday I also had a winning trade. Now I'm not gonna like break it down like exactly because you know, it's just gonna take a time, but it's almost the same concept. We had all this selling power coming through. Right, look at these candles. These are big ass candles. You see, big ass red candles, and then we started to stall out. You know, like I said, I almost did take a trade here on the London Open, but the only thing that scared me was these wicks, these bearish wicks. And if they were bullish wicks, I would have taken the trade, but they are bearish, which means that we might be filling these unfilled orders to go down. And yeah, it happened. So I started taking a trade once we had this resistance. You see this resistance right here? We closed bullish at this resistance. Now, even on the Williams percentage, you can see that we struggled to break above the 80 line at the percentage range. And when we were at this resistance, we were above it. So this just means, hey, you know what? There's a higher probability of this trade playing out now that we have exhausted the selling power. Now, I didn't truly believe that we did exhaust. You know, I was actually taking this trade, anticipating that we're gonna come collect this before, like I would say, you know, London Open, pre-London Open highs. That's what I was anticipating, and it did happen, and it happened actually swiftly. So I took a trade here, like a 15 pip stop loss, and then you just target like I said, this was an easy 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Like, look at that, easy. I was targeting these highs, but because my risk to reward was lower, it just made it easier for me. So a lot of my trading is based on the momentum, candle size, where the price closes, support, resistance, all of that. You might hear me talk about imbalances, order blocks, and all that nitty-gritty stuff, but like I said, that's not too much of importance when it comes to my type of trading style. Because like I said, my trading style is versatile. It's like the market is volatile. It doesn't change. It's the same thing. But you can look on my Instagram. I have a lot of profits there. I also have losses. I don't post a lot of my losses, because you don't really need to. When you're, or you have to. I mean, it's up to you. It's like just, yeah. But on my Instagram, you will see me talk a lot about support, resistance. You might see the occasional Bollinger Band, or but the one thing that always gonna stay is this indicator right here. So follow me on Instagram for updates. That's the only place you will reach out to me, or in the YouTube comments. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a later video where I might just break down all the trades that I've took in the past week. Maybe on Friday I will break it down, or maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll make a video on all the trades that I took to this day in the past 2 weeks. But see you guys soon, and subscribe, like the video, and yeah, let's make this community great. Cheers.